Getting a standing ovation from the crowd, and I don't know what he threw in the discus or the shot put, but it must have been pretty doggone good to bring this crowd to his feet for the awards presentation.
Let's not spoil the surprise.
No,
We're going to find out a little later on. Stay tuned here to PCN, but yeah, I think you're going to be wanting to watch for that result from Ryan Whiting of Central Dauphin, who yesterday just blew away everybody in his throwing events. It went over 200, and today the thought was he could threaten 70 in the shot, and we will find out later if he does that. Here are the top seeds now in AAA girls for the 3200. There you see Dzube. Lauren Bowles of Upper Dublin is the top seed. Long, Murtaugh, Summers, Krasnowski, Mahalik, and Andrea Florida. Dzube is the defending champion, 10:34.13 last year, and winning it in a time that went well below honor roll standards. In fact, for a time in that event last year, we thought maybe Dzube would threaten the Janelle Thomas state record set in 1996 of 10:21.77, and it could happen this year.
It certainly could. Dzube is running well, comes in as the number 2 seed behind Bowles, but you know, interesting as I gave you the big speech about how freshmen pop into the scene here, top 6 seeds are seniors this year in the AAA race.
Although we often see surprises here, don't we?
We do, and that's what makes this interesting. You know, and Gary pointed that out. The seeds really don't mean a whole lot, even though in that last race they played out almost perfect. It's the fact that they come out here today and they run this race and they do their best in this day, and you have to be ready for this one because it just, you know, it's way it goes. So all of them lined up here, 28 in this race for the girls race. I could be wrong on that one. I might have lost my.
It is 28. You are correct. 28 all the way on down to Diana Ratto of Northeast. 2 Philadelphia publicly runners here. Ratto of Northeast and Ann Weiss of Central. And we are underway here. Another 8-lap endurance event here with Bowles the top seed, having qualified at 10:51.04, but obviously we know she can go way below that, and we expect her to here with optimal distance running conditions.
Well, it is. Again, we'll stress that a little bit. The sun's still under cloud and no wind. In fact, I can't see the wind socket that they had up yesterday.
It's dead calm.
It's because it's not blowing.
Yeah.
That's probably why I can't see it. Race starts out as a typical 3200. Everyone grouped together. A little band of leaders take the immediate lead to see what they can do with this crowd. Comes the strategy race for a couple laps to see what everybody's going to do and how they're going to run the race. And then most likely to the stronger goes the race in this one.
So our leader is Brittany Long of Perkiomen Valley, but not a lot of separation there. The top seed Bowles, and the red is in second. And you also have Dzube wearing the black. In fact, the top 4 seeds are the top 4 here in the first lap as Marissa Murtaugh of Westchester Henderson joins the fray.
That's unusual because usually someone comes here that just likes to lead for that first lap in the 3200 because it's possible to do that. You're not running all out, and you know, you're thinking, you know, I'm going to be 28, 27. Maybe I'll just take the lead early on. I've seen that happen a couple times in this race, but today it's not the way. They're all running almost according to seeds. Only 4 people returned from last year's race in the 3200, which is unusual. Bowles, by the way, 7th last year, 6th the year before. And Dzube, as we mentioned, the defending champion. Laura Crawford, a sophomore from Big Spring, she was 6th in this race. And Caitlin Grimm, actually, she didn't run last year. She ran the year before as a freshman. She was a freshman from Penn Hills that year. She finished 10th. She comes into this one 16th seed.
We talked about the freshman. Here's Rachel Humphrey of Fox Chapel setting a little early pace. She's a freshman. She's out by about 10, 15 yards right now.
Well, that may be, you know, and again, don't know how hard she ran at districts, but it might be one of those cases where the excitement brings you out a little bit too quick. We'll see what happens here as they come up on the first 800-meter mark of this race.
So Rachel Humphrey, and then Dzube is second, Lauren Bowles is third, in 4th it is Murtaugh, and in 5th it's Brittany Long. So the top 4 seeds in the freshman Humphrey.
Comes in at 2:33, which translates to about a 5:06 mile, and if you take it out just another way, it's about a 10:12 3200, which is certainly would be a new state record, among other things.
We'll see if that happens.
Not
10:21:77 is the state record. Janelle Thomas of Liberty, as I mentioned, set that back in 1996. The national record is sub-10. Hard to imagine what that must have looked like back in 1996. Kimberly Mortensen of Thousand Oaks High School in California set that. The freshman Rachel Humphrey wearing the red, setting the pace. But here is Dzube, the defending champion, who has shut down this early effort by the freshman. And Dzube has made the pass.
Well, Dzube, just really now, that's the senior versus freshman, and the consequences there, the experiences tend to just really favor the older runner in this race.
So Dzube wearing the black, Humphrey still there, and Lauren Bowles of Upper Dublin, the top seed. So the top 2 seeds separating now, back from the rest of the field. And it is Dzube, Humphrey, and Bowles in that order, and the number 4 seed in Melissa Murtaugh still there as well.
Well, if Humphrey can hang with this group right now that she has someone to pace her, she could be the surprise of this race. And a lot of times that happens. The group comes up and you get the energy to stay with them, and just see how long you can stay with them at that point. This race is far from over. That was proven in just the previous race. It looks like it could be over with 1 lap to go, and suddenly someone makes a surge.
We've got more than 4 laps to go right now as we are into lap number, into lap number 4, and we will be lap number 5 next time by with 3 to go. But in back, it is Dzube leading the top seed, Lauren Bowles of Upper Dublin, and these two, the potential is there. When you look at their qualifying times for these two, maybe they have a nice little stride for stride battle here as we progress through this.
Yeah, I think they can get down, low 40s, in the 1040s, which would be a great race from both of them. And I think what you're exactly right. They're going to race each other here, and when they do that, that's going to pull them apart from the rest of the field. They're starting to do that already.
Dzube wearing the black, and Lauren Bowles in the red. Humphrey, the freshman, still holding on to third, although it appears she's about to be eclipsed behind everything by Murtaugh. Here are the top 2, Dzube and Lauren Bowles. They'll come to the line, and here's the halfway split. 4 laps to go, this time by, and they're on 5:15, so they're on a 10:30 pace right now.
10:30 pace, and again, you can imagine that to be about a low 1040s if they can hang on here. This is the lap both of them have to go on to get a great time, and this is the lap. I'm not sure how either one of them wants to run this race, whether they want to try to make separation here or not. They know each other well enough that they know who has the quicker leg speed at the end. So this is a good lap to try to expand it. Some will wait to the beginning of the last lap. Both of them running very steady at this time. The only thing, if I was Bowles, and I don't know if she can, I'd just move up a couple feet. The drafting part, it's there a little bit. It's certainly not NASCAR, but you can get a little effect off of it.
Well, Dzube is pulling away now.
Yes, Dzube with a step ahead, just picking up and picking up and picking up, and that's no surprise here.
Loretta Dzube wearing the black, the defending champion, won a 10:34.13 last year, and trying to break that time, maybe go sub 10:30 this year. Bowles trying desperately to hold on, but Dzube has really checked out here.
Dzube has that long stride. It's just a relaxed stride. She looks very good at this point in time. Looks better than Bowles does, is obviously not just because she's in the lead at this point, but just by the stride and everything. Bowles is still hanging on and has quite a lead on the second pack group coming here. But
that's the battle for third. Long in it along with Murtaugh and Julia Summers of Haverford Township in that group. Less than 3 laps to go, and it is Julia Summers of Haverford leading that battle for third. But up ahead, Dzube barely able to stay in the picture now as she is really starting to pull away from Lauren Bowles of Upper Dublin.
And here you come, they're coming down the backstretch here, and you get a great shot of them running here. Take a look at their, their face. What's their head doing? Besides her ponytail, it's hanging. I mean, she's there. She's focused. The form is in there. So she's running relaxed right now, and that's her advantage as she comes up with just a little bit over 900 meters to go.
Loretta Dzube of Freedom. And the battle for third continuing to be led by Murtaugh with Long and Summers in that group. But that is the differential right now between Dzube and Bowles, still 2 laps to go here, but I think the crowd's starting to realize that Dzube really has the potential to maybe threaten a sub 10:30 time here if she can keep this pace going.
Well, with at this point, yeah, you're right. It could be a great race, a great half mile out of her, and she's at the 9:30 mark, or maybe just a 10:30 mark, excuse me, or just a little bit quicker.
And again, the battle for third you're watching there, as Brittany Long of Perkiomen Valley has peeked out in front of that group. But this is about 200 meters behind the leader, Dzube, who has just really checked out of this.
Dzube, I give her credit, because it is very tough, and people I don't think realize it's tough to come back and win this event 2 years in a row. Here's an example. 12 out of 17 from last year's race were underclassmen, but only 3 of them return in this race. Now, some have elected to run down into the 1600. Some have just didn't make it. And so you enjoy the moment as it is, and you go out for the win. To come back and win this 2 years in a row is a great feat. And she's going to try yet to do the 1600 on top of that.
Oh, man. Well, she is looking good here in the 3200 as we're coming down on 1 lap to go. We'll keep an eye on the time. Can she go sub 10:30? Certainly looks that way. If she can, well, I mean, 75 seconds here on this final lap is attainable, and she could be looking at a really special time.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, the one advantage she does have is no one out in front of her, obviously, but she has the potential to lap some people. And that gives you someone to key on. You look up, you can see someone, you go after them. So the lappers here, the trail pack here will be an advantage for Dzube to see if she can get a great time out of this race.
She's at 9:30 now. Is sub 10:30. Very attainable here.
Oh, yeah.
For Loretta Dzube. Again, that state record is a 10:21.77 set by Janelle Thomas of Liberty in 1996. Not sure about that one, but she could be mid-1020s here. Loretta Dzube with no one around here in command here in the 3200.
Well, it's going to be under 30. It's going to be in the high 20s, I think, is when it's going to be done. Not going to be the record of Thomas from 1996, but it is a great race for Loretta Dzube. Going to be obviously a national honor roll time, and just a really good race. Now, if she has anything left, get up on her toes, sprint it in. That's easy for me to say sitting here, you know.
The crowd comes to its feet for Loretta Dzube. You see the record, that will not fall. But that mythical 10:30 barrier is going to be cracked here in the 3200.
No, it
Maybe.
isn't. No, it isn't. It's going to be close. It's a great race. She's going to go about 10:37 when it gets said and done here. And 10:37.4 unofficially up on the clock. We'll get her time as the rest of this comes through. There it is, 10:37.55.
And it will be second place for Lauren Bowles. And a real battle now for third. Here comes Brittany Long. And she is going to make the pass on Prezikowski for third, right at the line. So 10:37.55 for Dzube, who fell off definitely on that final lap there. And she could not really catch up to that lap traffic, Greg, which may have hurt her, as you said.
It was actually the last 200 where she started to feel it a little bit. But, you know, at that point in time, the race is won. And she might not, you know, I know she's thinking about a great time, but she's also thinking about, I just want to cross the finish line and win this thing. And that's exactly what she did. So I want to point out, we talk all the time about this great meet here that the PIAA puts on. And over 100 officials volunteering their time to help out as we see the finish line, the finish race
battle
here
for third.
For third, and you can see how close it is. But this meet keeps getting better and better. The fully automated timing device that they use, and they have been using for many years, now has an electronic scoreboard right at the finish line that lets you see immediately, and I mean immediately, what the official time is. And we've talked about how that's improved in the 5 years since we've been here. And you can see Dzube's time of 10:37.55, and that is official time right there.
So still to come, the 3200 for the boys. Will go back to the field, and as I look at the weather radar in front of us here on our monitor, there is a big old rainstorm. I'd say probably about an hour away from here. So hopefully the sprints can get in before that rainstorm, because you know, they'll keep going in the rain, but in the sprints you can obviously really have some less than stellar times in a heavy rainstorm. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. But it definitely appears to be coming. You're watching same-day coverage The 2005 PIAA Track and Field Championships from Seth Grove Stadium in Shippensburg. This action recorded earlier Saturday, pre-rain. Although it definitely has clouded up here at Shippensburg. And again, as long as it doesn't rain right now, this second, these 3,200 racers have got to be loving this.
Oh yeah, this is just great. And again, it's been optimal for all the distance races thus far. I think, you know, again, if it does not storm, they will continue with the meet as best they can. The tendency to move the high jump and the pole vault inside if necessary, as they can in Higas Fieldhouse is equipped to do that. They've done that in the past. Obviously, they like to keep it outside as much as possible, but the safety of the participants is the first and foremost thing here.
Can they move the field events inside once they've been started? For example, I mean, the pole vault right now, as we look at the top seeds for AA boys, Jeff Weiss of McGuffey, the top seed, and Jed Christensen of Greenville. Obviously, that is a last name to never be forgotten in a distance event, along with Jake Christensen of Greenville. But going back to the question, I mean, you've already gone up to 11 feet now in AAA girls pole vault. Can it be moved inside?
Well, obviously, they can do anything they want, right, okay, from that standpoint. Whether they would or not, it would determine the length of the storm that's coming through. Now, looking at your weather map there, meteorologist Mike Conti. And
I went to Penn State. That is a meteorology
right.
school.
That's right.
So I can kind of claim that, I guess.
But it looks like it's not it just looks like a storm
It's
coming
not
through.
going to be a thunderstorm
right.
from the appearances, but it could be some heavy rain, and they will continue as long as there's no lightning or torrential rain that would, you know, potentially flood the track, and it drains pretty well. They will keep going in this. But we turn our attention now to the AA boys 3,200. David Mock and Jake Strayer, the top two from last year, out of it this year. They have both graduated. But Westmont Hilltop, the alma mater of Mock, who won it last year, has another representative this year, and Frank Eanes, who goes out. He's in fourth right now. You see him in the gray, as nobody really separates here in lap one, except for the top seed, Jeff Weiss of McGuffey.
Well, it's really, I think, in a two-person race, Jeff Weiss of McGuffey and Jacob Walker of Elwood City. Walker ran a great 3,000 indoors this year, and he's just been running well. Of course, Jeff Weiss is your cross-country championship from this past year, so obviously you know he can run. And Walker was third in this race. Christensen was second in cross-country. I think he can be up in that pack, too. In this race, this is pretty interesting for Jed. He was fourth last year, third the year before. So he's always in the mix of things, and look for him to be in the mix of things. But Weiss is running well this year. Walker has run extremely well, and they come in with the two fastest seed times.
We have 26 in this final field here in the 3,200, with many attaining the state qualifying marks. Jeff Weiss, the top seed, ran 9:17.05. That is almost 10 seconds better than second seeded Jacob Walker of Elwood City. And Weiss, the cross-country champion, looking good here as we come down on 6 laps to go.
By the way, the sixth seed is Jake Christensen, who is Jed's younger brother, just a 10th grader out of Greenville. The top 6 were all in the top 30 in cross-country. We mentioned Jed being second and Weiss first. Walker was sixth. Andrew Stutzman, who is the 4th seed, 16th in this race last year, was third in cross-country. So it's, you know, it is a distance runners race here. The distance runners are out and running.
And the top 2 seeds are out in front. Weiss, and then in second it is Jacob Walker of Elwood City. And that's the gap right now with 6 laps to go.
Oh, obviously Weiss's strategy here is I'm just going to go out and run hard from the get-go, and that's what he's done. Went through the opening 800 at 2:12, which was fairly fast, obviously. So he just wanted to go out and just kick it, see what he could do. And it's up to Walker to try to stay with him as long as possible and see what happens in those final couple laps when it hits the wall. You got to see who's stronger at that point.
Weiss is out in front, and there is the gap back to the number 2 seed, Jacob Walker of Elwood City. Walker is a junior. Weiss is the senior. From McGuffey, there you see him, and looks pretty relaxed.
Well, he does. He's a strong kid. There's no doubt about it. He wants to go under 9 in the worst way. I mean, that's the magic number for 3,200 meter runners, and that's what he wants to do. And in order to do that, he has to do what he's just done here, going out hard. But I tell you what, Walker, you look at his turnover in his legs. He's a little quick runner there, and he's not losing any ground. He's just not making up any here.
Under 9 has never been done in AA. 9:04.09, the state record. The top seed Jeff Weiss of McGuffey out in front. And pulling away now from Jacob Walker of Elwood City. Sub-9, in fact, I believe has only been done once in state history. That was Mike Connolly of Upper Perkiomen back in 1983 in 8:58.90.
Well, actually, and you're correct in that. In this meet, it's only been done once. Spooner did it last year in a 2-mile race, which is a little bit longer than a 3,200, and he would have converted. It's about an 8:53 was the conversion, so that technically is the fastest time in the state.
But not in the state meet.
But not in the state meet. There are some, and that's interesting to point out. The state meet records have to be done, obviously, right here, right now in the state meet. There are others who have run faster times in the state, which makes them, in a sense, the state record, but not the state meet record.
Well, we'll get an idea here as Weiss comes into his halfway split. There you see the time. 4 laps to go. He's
There
right
it
at
is.
4:31. He's got a chance.
Well, that's it, but he has to double that. He has to come back with that. That is a 9-minute pace right there, so he knows what he's doing out to run that, and that's the pace he wanted to be at.
In fact, according to the FAT, he will have to go slightly faster
Right.
than he did in the opening mile, just a hair faster. We'll see, as now he is unpressed, and we'll see what effect that has on him here in the second half as Weiss is really just checked out of this. Walker is in second. Good battle behind everyone for third right now, involving Jed Christensen and also the Westmont Hilltop runner Frank Eanes is there. That's the battle for third. Christensen leading that. Also, Andrew Stutzman of Kutztown in the mix there.
Yeah, there's some great runners sitting back in that big pack that's back there, but the two top of the cream of the crop have gone to that position with Weiss and Walker, and now it's just you know, what can he do in that lap? That was a tough lap, the one he's coming down on right now, to go under 9. And actually, it's interesting. Walker has let him take that lead, but really, he's not really doing much with it. It's just letting it sit there at about that at the same distance.
3 laps to go. Weiss, can he go sub-9? He's got to really pick up the pace now, and it is Walker behind him in second. Christensen is third, and Frank Eanes, who was the 16th seed, is in 4th right now from Westmont Hilltown.
Well, unfortunately for Weiss, he went through in about a 72, which is a 4:44 pace, and or 4:48 actually, and that would be way too slow. So he's going to have to pick it up here to come through to do that, and that's tough out by yourself. That is tough out by yourself.
There's no doubt Weiss is in good shape for the goal. The question is, what will his time be, and can he go sub-9? Can he go sub-9:04? That's the state record. Chris Dugan of Southern Moreland set that in 1997. Again, he's going to have to pick up the pace. We are coming down on 2 laps to go now as Weiss is into the front stretch. We'll get a little bit of a lift here from the crowd. Weiss, very relaxed stride. You don't see a whole lot of pain or grimacing on that face. And we'll check his split here. He's at 6:51 with 2 laps to go. It's going to be really tough to go sub-9 on that.
Well, if he ran a 2, obviously, if he ran a 2-minute-and-a-half mile, which would be nearly impossible, I think, it'll be an 8:50. And so he's picked up the pace a little bit, though, as he knows there's only 2 laps left. A little bit stronger looking than he did when he went through laps 5 and 6 in this one.
So Jeff Weiss of McGuffey trying to complete the double, which is a little bit harder than it would seem. Cross country in the 3,200 on the track, because cross country is a lot different than what we see here. You've got terrain to deal with.
And it is, you know, a good distance runner obviously handles that, but it is a different race. Make no mistake about it. Even though you know you have that's happening here, it's going to pick up both. We saw it in another race where the same thing occurs. It's not always that easy to do.
Now a chance here for Weiss to maybe make a lap pass here as we come down on 1 lap to go, and we'll see if that affects his pace. He has definitely, as Greg mentioned, picked it up, and we'll take a look at the split now and see what's attainable for him, as he's going to be right about 8 minutes as he crosses the line. In fact, a little over that. So sub-9, nearly impossible, but he could be below 9:10.
He could be below 9:10 if he could come back real strong and use those people that are in the back of the pack there for him to key off of and pick up. You see Walker in second, Christensen well in third, and they will take the 1, 2, 3 positions, I think, in this one. Well, now there's a look behind from Weiss. He wanted to see exactly where Walker was, and that's not really a great sign if you're trying to run your hardest. You usually don't worry about that. But he is running hard here. He has coming down to the final 200. At this point, we'll put 30 on it. It's going to be close to 9, 10, and maybe even under that. If he can get up on his toes and sprint a little bit, he's going to have another great performance we have seen in the 3200.
Absolutely, and he is coming hard now as he slingshots around some lap traffic. That is Machizik Bryant and Jeff Weiss of McGuffey into the final 80 yards now. The crowd rises to its feet. It's not going to be sub 9, but it could very well be sub 9:10. Jeff Weiss of McGuffey is going to be the state champion in the 3200, and what a time. 9:08.70 for Jeff Weiss. Second place will go to Walker, and it's going to be Christensen taking third. 9:08.77, the official winning time. There's Christensen in third. And behind everyone, what an effort by Frank Innes of Westmont Hilltop. The 16th seed, took fourth here in the 3200. Good for him.
I want to go back to Weiss. That was from gun to bell to the finish line. When the gun went off, he took the lead, didn't look back, ran hard, said he was going to go out and run to the wall as best he could, and that was a gutsy performance. Crossed the halfway point at right where he wanted to be at 4:30, and only actually 4:31, so he came back in a 4:37, 4:38. That's not a bad double of the 1600 race in that one. So just a gutsy performance from Jeff Weiss. He picks up the state championship. I would think that no one could have ran as fast as Mock did last year, but lo and behold, it has occurred.
Yeah, Mock went 9:10.95 last year in winning it. The state record in 9:04.09, Chris Dugan in 1997 with that. So the double has been completed. Cross country in the 3200 for Weiss. We have the AAA boys 3200 coming up. We'll go back to the field events, and then hopefully, if the weather doesn't get too foul, we're going to have some sprints, although I must report that, hopes of a legal win for the sprint events as far as record purposes go may have just gone down the tubes, because the wind has really, really picked up here in the last 15 minutes, blowing at the back of these runners right now coming down the front stretch. So we could have an illegal wind situation, and more importantly, I think we could have a rain situation too, because you can tell the weather has really, really changed drastically here in the last hour.
Well, we pulled in this morning, and it was sunshine and beautiful, and then the clouds started to roll over soon after the start of the meet, which wasn't a bad thing, again, because it helped the 4x8 runners, and it also has helped the 3200 runners. But it is quite obvious that there is a pending storm coming.
Sam Luff, the runner-up last year, is the second seed this year. Tyler McCandless of Northampton is the top seed, running a 9:13.01 in qualifying, but three runners in this event, McCandless, Pat Caulfield, and Luff, were all at 9:13 with their qualifying times, which lends you to believe that this could be another pretty competitive race.
Well, I think so. Luff was second last year in this race, behind Ian Fitzgerald, who went 9:01.49, by the way. It was an excellent race we saw last year in this one. It's going to be, I think, McCandless, Luff, Caulfield, they're all up there, as you mentioned, at the 9:13 mark. So we'll see what happens. Luff has been running extremely well. He was second in cross country, and Caulfield was 7th. McCandless 19th in cross country, Leake 12th. Garnett was 3rd in cross country. Again, the top 8 runners here were all in the top 20s. So that it's quite the field coming out here for the AAA.
Well, there's the crowd at Seth Grove Stadium. The jackets have come on.
Yes, they have.
It has gotten a little bit cooler here, no doubt. There has definitely been a change in the weather, and again, our fingers are crossed. I mean, it looks likely that it's going to rain. We just hope it's not a downpour, because that could really, really make things sketchy for the sprints.
It is starting to sprinkle just a little bit as we sit here, and you're probably going to start seeing a few umbrellas come out. Started as 3200. You heard the crowd a little bit. They were looking at the pole vault. I thought at first there might have been a crash in the first turn here, but there wasn't. Everyone gets out cleanly as they break for the post after the first turn.
And as the umbrellas sprout out of the crowd, McCandless starts to make his move now as they crash down to the inside of the track and break the stagger. You also have Central Bucks South runner Kyle Murray in there, and there is the gap right now, already about 5 yards from the leader back to the chase pack, and we see McCandless trying to set some early pace here.
Well, I think McCandless said, hey, Weiss did it and got away with it and ran a great race. Maybe I can try that too, as the lead pack just as he takes off early on here.
Well, Sam Luff behind everybody is trying to set the pace at the top seats. Actually, we are watching John Gray of Kennard Dale, and he really busted out a 106 opening lap there for Gray.
That's quick. I'll just leave it at that. That's quick, and let's see what what happens at that point. It would be tough for him. He comes in as a 12th seed and has run a 9:31, so that's a really quick first lap. I don't know if that's how he normally runs his races and tries to hold on, or the excitement got to him. But this league, this pack that's now the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the whole way down through 28. As everybody's staying tight there, will slowly bring him back into reach.
Well, if you're Gray, what do you have to lose here? You're the 12th seed. You might as well try it.
Now, and I think that that's part of it. Like I said before, you've always seen some people come in the 3200s and lead the first lap. That who is that? Let me find him on the list. And again, I think they go in with that attitude. I have nothing to lose. I can lead for the first lap, and people will talk about me on television, and there I am. So.
Well, he may have just hit the wall. Here comes Colin Leak of Unionville. You have Sam Luff there. The top seed, McCandless, is lurking, as is Amin Garnett of Coatesville. So they have caught up to Gray. Gray, in fact, has been passed, and here goes Colin Leak of Unionville to the point.
2:20 at the first 800, which is about right for them. Again, Fitzgerald with a phenomenal 9:01.49 last year, and then the record at 8:58.90 back in '83. That's a record that has stood the test of time also.
So the leader is Colin Leak of Unionville, wearing the black jersey with the U. His teammate also in the mix. That is Paul Springer, the sophomore from Unionville. Sam Luff wearing the green is behind there, lurking, as is Tyler McCandless of Northampton area. In fact, McCandless now into second as he passes Love. A lot of lead changes and movement here as we're into our third lap. Coming down to the third lap.
But now it's a little bit, the strategy starts playing the role. Who's going to go, who's going to take the lead. Do I go out hard here to try to put some distance in, or do I just lay back in that pack and just long? The secret for them right now is just to be relaxed in their running. They can't be expending so much energy that it's hurting them at this point in time, because it is a long way to go.
So the leader remains Leak. McCandless is second, and Luff is in third. But we've got a lot of guys in the mix right now as we approach the halfway point. Really, 5, 6, 7 runner. There's got to be at least 10 or 12 in that lead pack there.
Right. It's anybody's race. Obviously, anybody can make a move at this point in time.
And here's a chance, by the way, Greg, for some Unionville teammates to work together with Colin Leak and Paul Springer, as Springer pulls into third.
Yeah, but that happens more in cross country than it certainly does in track. For the most part, you get here, you're sort of on your own. Let's go do what you got to do, and I'm out to win this one. That's the beauty of this meet. Individual meet that also includes teams, and we'll be checking out team standings as it goes on. As we mentioned before, you got a couple of relay teams that score some points, and an individual that wins 1 or 2 events, and you can win a state championship with about 40 points. 40-some points will win you a state championship, and that's 4 first place or more. In the past, in fact, even one year, 30 points won it, and it came from the same individual as she won it for her school.
Two Unionville runners at the front at the midway point. It is Springer and Colin Leak.
They go through at about a 4:45 back in the double-A race. Weiss went through at 4:30 on that race, so this is more strategically involved than Weiss's, I'm going to go out and run this hard and see how I do. These guys are really just playing for the win here, and the time's not the important factor for them. And it's still 8 people in the running.
Curtis Bixler of Cumberland Valley trying to get a little momentum on the outside there. It remains Springer and Leak right now, the 2 Unionville runners. And again, McCandless, the top seed, lurking back there. He's in third right now. Council Rock North has Keith Capecci, the 7th seed, in that lead pack as well. This is really anyone's race, literally, here as we come down on 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go, I beg your pardon. It is the 2 Unionville runners again, Springer and Leake, and they are separating a little bit from the top seed, McCandless.
Now, if I was the slow runner, meaning if I didn't have the leg speed to sprint at the end, I'd be going right now trying to open up some distance and pull these guys with me and take a little bit of speed out of their legs. But no one seems to be doing that unless that's the idea of the Unionville runners, and it may very well be. They didn't come in the top seed. Leake came in at the 4th seed, and then Springer at 6th seed. So they're certainly capable of being in that 1-2 position, no doubt about it.
Now Capecci of Council Rock South into 3rd as the rain really picks up here in the closing stages of the 3200. The 2 Unionville runners holding on in Leake and Springer, but Capecci is there. You have McCandless in the mix. Yeah, push is coming from all over the place here. 7, 8 men in that lead pack.
The only one is Pat Caulfield has fallen off a little bit from that. He was in the 9th position. He's still in the 9th position, but fallen off the lead pack as we come up with 2 to go, 100 meters away from 2 to go.
Fans scurrying for cover as the rain must really be picking up outside. Springer and Colin Leake in the lead. You have John Eddy of North Hills. And now all the way on the outside, here comes McCandless making his big push. With 2 laps to go, McCandless says, I'm going out front.
Well, he obviously knew where he wanted to go. 7:05 with a half a mile to go. They're going to be in the teens, the 20. Well, actually, with this pack, that may bring them to the low teens in this one because they're going to have to do some racing here in the final 2 laps. And that's what it is. It's a great race. It's not an individual race. This is a race among about 8 people.
And Amin Garnett is there, and here comes a pass. On the outside, Josh Eddy of North Hills. He goes out in front. Boy, what's going on here? As McCandless just fell all the way back to 5th, and he's losing ground. He's down to 6th now.
Now, Eddy, who came in as the 10th seed, saw an opportunity there to take advantage of this.
Boy, McCandless just totally fell back. In NASCAR, you'd say he dropped a cylinder.
Yeah.
I mean, he is all the way back now in 7th. And suddenly now it's a 4-man grouping. And here comes Capecci of Council Rock South on the outside. He's got the lead. Seeds 7, 10, 11, and 5 are the top 4 with 1 lap to go.
Well, this is going to be a fast lap because there's 4 guys racing, and it's going to come down to leg speed now as they went through in about 8:12, and it's going to be the high teens, about 15, 16, but that's not even paramount at this point in time. It's who's got the speed to win this one. Well, there goes Capecci, but Bixler following suit with him.
This has been interesting, and Amin Garnett still in there as well in 3rd as Capecci passing some lap traffic now. Bixler making a lap pass as well. Amin Garnett charging hard in 3rd. He's in the black. Can Capecci hold on to this? A driving rain now with 200 yards to go here in the 3200. And Capecci trying to hold on for dear life. The number 7 seed has the lead. Big push now by Bixler from behind. Garnett trying to hang in there.
Bixler looks really good.
Yeah, he looks stronger than Capecci. Can Capecci hold him off?
He's going to pass him on the inside, too.
Bixler makes the pass. 5 yards to go. Bixler's going to win. 9:14.
9:14.7, a great race from Bixler. A little celebration out of him, and rightly so. And you know, you say, where'd he come from? Well, he was 11th seed coming in this race. He has been around the distance running circuit for a long time. 18th in the cross-country meet this past year. Has the ability to do it, and it played into his hands. That was his race. I don't know if he intentionally designed it that way. If I was him, I would say, yes, I did. But he designed it so that he could use his speed in the last 200, and that's what he did to pull out a state championship.
Meanwhile, you have to wonder about McCandless. And again, he was the top seed, but so many runners were around that 9:13 qualifying time. It's not a surprise he didn't win, but with 2 laps to go, it looked like he was ready to take command of the race, and then something happened to him on the backstretch of that same lap.
Well, a couple of things. Here comes the finish, and Bixler pulling it out by, a step or 2 coming down the stretch there. The arms up in the air, and the 9:14.7 flashed on the scoreboard. He has certainly his best time of his life, and it wins him the race. Came in with a 9:29.73, so that's quite the drop. Something unheard of to drop that many seconds.
Man.
But certainly he did to pick up the win here. I think what happened, you know, McCandless says, okay, this is where I plan on making my move. You could see it was calculated. He went right to the inside, but he just didn't have it after he made the move. Ran that, you know, you ran 6 laps and think this is where I'm going to go. Sometimes you have it and sometimes you don't. And for Tyler McCandless, not this time, but for Curtis Bixler, he did have it coming down the stretch.
And that was an upset, maybe a mild one, but it was an upset. Fans scurrying for cover here at Seth Grove Stadium. It has started to rain, but we press on. The 200 prelims are up next on the track. Up next here on PCN, we'll have action from the field from yesterday. We'll go to the G unit, Gary and Greg, when we come back to Seth Grove Stadium in Shippensburg after this on PCN.
You're getting to be all that matters to me. Now let me tell you, girl, I hope and pray each day I live. A little more love I'll have to give. A little more love that's devoted and true.
Good. Well done. Randy.
Definitely, man. You can sing. I liked it.
Got great tone to your voice, grabbed our attention. I think you have a real good vibe. I'd say yes.
Hang on. Randy, yes or no?
Yes.
Osborne, you are going to Hollywood.
Welcome to Hollywood, y'all.
Well done. You did well.
This is for everybody that has been held back in St. Louis. This is for everybody. You see the arch right here? This is our city. We about to take over. So y'all get ready.
The waters of the Mississippi here have meant fertile ground for talent in St. Louis. You've got Tennessee Williams, Chuck Berry, even Phyllis Diller. And as if that wasn't enough, take a look at this.
My family makes so much of my voice. They love to hear me sing. Just like they've adored me since I was like 3 or so.
Well, Johnny's family thinks he's a star, but will the judges?
What are you going to sing?
My first love.
This song close to my heart.
I can picture us running in the rain. After the movie, see a spark flame. Oh, I love it when you scream my name. Doing 60 in a certain lane. We pull over to the parking lot. In the park, that's my favorite spot. Doing just about anything. We'll be going to the bird sing.
That was extraordinary.
Yeah, man.
If I was Walt Disney, I'd hire you in a shot, but not for this competition, Johnny.
I'm sure there's some other things that you do great, dude.
Please, sir.
Question for you. What if you were a singing teacher and Idol came to town? Would you sneak off without telling any of your pupils to increase your chances? Would you put your #1 student forward and wish them the best of luck? What would happen if you went together? Well, this. Meet Jeremy and his singing teacher, Angel. They arrived together on day 1, just in time for Angel's audition, and she was pumped.
I'm so amped. I'm so amped. This is so surreal. I'm so excited. I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go. Sing like an angel, sing like a bee. Big baby. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I can't stop. I want to go there like this.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great.
What's going down?
I'm great. I'm just so excited. It's just such a blessing.
If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. So she's got to make it.
And what are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing Ain't Nobody. That's the song.
Great. Off you go.
I tried to effort to play back the way it was. Happened so naturally. I did not know it was love. The next thing I felt was you holding me close. What was I gonna do? I let myself go. And now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. Hey, ho, 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 ho. Ain't nobody, nobody love me
better than you.
Thank you. What did you think, Paula?
You're a young lady, and I think you're going to have to work on
Being young.
looking and celebrating being young.
Yo, you know, the truth is you can really sing. I mean, it was a little effective for me. It sounded like you were kind of hearkening Anita Baker or something with, you know, the words. It was so a little over the top for me, but you can definitely really, really sing.
Yes or no, Randy?
Yes.
Yes.
I would have said no, because to me you look like you're going on a shopping trip and happen to find yourself in an audition, and you have quite a good voice. But I don't think this competition is about that. I think it's trying to find a star, and I don't think you are. I think you're somebody who is a backroom person. That's
I
why
think
you're a
based
vocal
on the
coach.
voice, though. Based on the voice, though.
It was okay.
She's one of the best we've heard today. Probably the best we've heard so far. All right.
Thank you.
Welcome to Hollywood.
So you, Simon.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Jeremy's got to wait until later for his audition, but that won't stop either of them from celebrating right now. 16-year-old Jessica Pontius was sure she'd be going to Hollywood, too.
I have confidence, I have the look, I'm pretty sure I have the voice, and I'm kind, so.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Great.
So your name is?
Jessica Pontius.
Tell me something about yourself, Jessica.
I love to shop, love to tan, and I want to be an American Idol.
Okay, what are you going to sing, Jessica?
Over the rainbow.
Fabulous. Off you go.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a place that you heard of once, lullaby. Someday I'll wake up on the seven, I'll wake up where the troubles on the high, where troubles not like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me.
Thank you, Jessica. That was honestly excruciatingly awful. Really.
Singing's really not.
Honestly awful.
It's not your thing.
I can sing a different song.
Jessica, no, never again.
Yeah, no.
I think it would be great with voice. Have you ever heard of voiceover work?
Yeah.
You make
Like
a ton of money doing it.
Cartoons, stuff, animation.
What's wrong with cartoons?
Doing voices.
Like what?
Voices for Rugrats, the dogs, or
So
whatever.
Jessica at 16 is going to walk out of here, and the advice you've given her is that you can do a voiceover for a rat. Charming.
I
Charming.
could tell.
He doesn't know.
Never mind.
I mean, great advice.
Yeah.
You know how
Sorry,
hard it is
Jessica.
to get an agent and get commercials for that? It's great.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.
You know how hard it is to get a rat
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.
You actually got me that one.
Still walking.
She's still walking. Don't you know how difficult it is to get an agent to do rap voices?
You know how hard it is to be a rat?
Yeah. You could be a big rat.
Oh, God.
Coming up, one tiny performer and one giant ego.
My daughter is one of the most talented people I've ever known.
Plus, when Adam met Dirk. American Idol is brought to you by the totally new Ford Freestyle, built for the road ahead.
Performance and handling like a car. All-wheel drive capability like an SUV. The totally new Ford Freestyle. One vehicle, endless possibilities. Ford, built for the road ahead.
How can you tell Pantene reduces frizz? You can see it on a rainy day. Try Pantene Pro V Conditioner. Humidity causes frizz, but this Pro Vitamin formula gives you up to 70% smoother hair. Here's the Pantene proof. When it rains, you shine. Guaranteed. Pro V Conditioner. Pantene. Pantene Frizz Control. That's the beauty of health.
Hey, aren't you guys tired of getting punished by your teachers for talking too much in class? Tired of getting punished by your parents for talking too much on your wireless phone? Well, now your parents can relax, because only Sprint got rid of ugly overages. Check it out.
Protect your family from ugly overages. Now, 100 extra minutes only cost $5. Other plans charge at least $35, and unlimited Sprint PCS to PCS calling is included.
Parents can save money, so you don't have to wear your big brother's pants.
Sprint PCS. Now that's better.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Life's not black and white. My mood is lush and green, fresh from the field dream, the kind I find in McDonald's salad. 3 gorgeous greens usually beckon me. Caesar, bacon ranch, and California cob with warm chicken and Newman's own dressing, caressing every luscious leaf. I feed my green moods with McDonald's salad, and I'm sick of fish. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Dreams a new black. Don't you know?
Hiding from blemishes? Admirers?
No one.
Aveeno Clear Complexion Foaming Cleanser is designed for your adult skin with a proven blemish fighter plus moisture-rich soy, so you never have to hide. Clear Complexion Foaming Cleanser from Aveeno.
What's the fastest way to get big bucks? Instant money refund anticipation loan from H&R Block. Walk in with your taxes, walk out with a loan check. Do it today at H&R Block.
Fox tomorrow. He loved her. She loved him. But
My ex is in town. We never really broke up.
there's just one little problem.
Who is he? He's a she. What?
Now there's a battle brewing in the OC
The woman's a warrior, Stafford. I'm not facing her alone.
between the sexes and the exes
Spent all last year trying to drag me down with you, and now her?
that could wind up in tragedy. The OC, an all-new episode, 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Sure, he's an ex-con. Yes, he's on parole. But he's the best investigator.
We prefer the term alternative investigators.
He's the best alternative investigator you'll ever get.
I don't like guns.
Shining Zero, all new at 9, 8 Central, Fox Friday.
Fox tonight. Evil has found the perfect town.
She's a child of darkness.
TV guy called Point Breaking pitchforks down the creepiest new show on TV.
And then bad things happen. I almost like it.
This town has more secrets than Wisteria Lane. Don't miss the series premiere of Point Pleasant coming up next on Fox.
Of the 12,000 people who showed up in St. Louis, one of the most confident was Joe Shane. And with his own fan club in tow, how could he possibly fail?
I'm in danger of losing my job because I told him that I was coming home for a family emergency. The family emergency was my family wanted me to audition for American Idol.
How are you?
How are you?
Your name is?
My name's Joe Shane.
And why are you here?
I'm here because I believe I'm really talented, and I think I have the whole package, and I'm ready to sing for you.
What do you do for a living?
Oh my gosh, what haven't I done? that's a good answer for that. Let's see, I've been a television news reporter in the small station in Texas, go K10.
Yeah.
I sang on a cruise ship. Now I train people to go out on cruise ships, but probably not anymore.
You're a professional then. You're a professional. I like that.
A little bit. I don't do any of it anymore. I just get everybody ready to go.
Good. Off you go.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me.
Okay. Randy, yes or no?
Nicely done. Nicely done. Very controlled.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it reminded me of one of those terrible entertainment shows you'd have in the 1970s where somebody would do a dance, a joke, and then end the act with
a song,
which is exactly what you are, which is a cruise ship singer.
I am not a cruise ship singer.
He wasn't that
You know what?
He
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
that bad,
I'm not
Simon.
a
Come
cruise
on.
ship singer. I've only done one, and they made me sing Broadway stuff. And I came in here and gave you my heart and soul, and I will sing something else.
So does everyone.
I don't think so. I thoroughly disagree with you. And I'll tell you why. Because the people that have gone through these past years have been able to do one thing, particularly last year. And I know that I can sing more than one genre. I have a story. I look the part. You need to let me sing something else, and you need to put me through. I promise you. What's that look for?
You and I are going to have a problem if you carry on like this.
Why you say?
Because you are becoming obnoxious.
I don't want to be obnoxious.
I don't think this is what we're looking for.
What are you looking for?
Not you.
So, you're not going to even try and give me a chance? I just want to get on the show. Come on.
You're on the show, but you didn't make it.
Okay.
Not good enough.
Thanks, guys.
He was really getting on my nerves.
No.
It's amazing, but the judges didn't go for the whole package known as Joe. But does image matter? Clay and Ruben don't look like your average pop stars, so maybe there's a place for Justin Smith. I'm going to come in with my personality that I have, and I'm going to go in there doing my best that I can, trying to succeed. And hopefully it never fails me yet, so I'm going to come out a winner.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you so cute? Oh my God.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay, off you go.
Well, I found a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I haven't lost 1 minute to see. I was worried about things might have been a big wheel keep on turning. Primary keep on burning. We rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. And we rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
Hi, Justin. What is it with this song?
Everyone should love
Something about Mary. I don't know.
I don't know. I just love to dance, and I just picked the song that came to mind.
Everyone keeps choosing that bloody song.
Okay. Life's a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day.
Never lost a minute. Ooh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Never did I lose 1 minute of sleep, cause I was worried about the way things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, primary keep on burning, and we're rolling, 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 rolling on the river.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Rolling on the river. Rolling on the river.
Do 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 do.
And she's rolling through, rolling, rolling on the river.
I don't like music anymore. Wow. Wow.
Coming up, have we found the next R&B superstar?
My family has told me that I not to sing like Brian McKnight.
My life's about dancing to my own tunes. My American Express card always backs me up.
This evening will be the highlight of their lives. I think that's the problem. It should be all you can.
Ask yourself, do I want that?
Experience America's #1 movie, Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter, rated PG-13, now playing.
Rimmel's new volumized mascara with unique volume boost cones builds 5 times more volume for massive lashes. Big eyes for a big city. New volumized mascara from Rimmel, the London look.
How was your day? Good. Yours? Good.
Break the routine and live a little.
Welcome to Chili's.
Introducing Chili's new Build Your Own Big Mouth Burger. Handcrafted with your choice of over 20 unique toppings. You pick it, we build it. Build your own Big Mouth Burger. New at Chili's. Come on, live a little.
night, tonight this Philly Idol gives it another shot. Plus, catch the Eagles forecast tonight on the Fox 29, 10 o'clock news.
If you've got 30 days, you can get closer to the body you want when you get into Bally Total Fitness. In just 1 month, you'll see results. But you've got to get into Bally to feel it for yourself. Call Bally at 1-800-FITNESS. Join for no money to start. It's your last chance to get 2004 membership rates. Not happy after 30 days? We'll refund your money. No other club makes that guarantee. Join today for no money to start. Hurry, it's your last chance to get 2004 rates.
Hello? They have been trained to hunt it. Now, this is just the beginning. They just have to survive it. Alone in the dark. Rated R. In theaters January 28th.
I bring the beat. I bring the thrills. I bring the heat. Then it's my turn to chill. I want a meal. I want a deal. I want a fresh. I want some cash left. That's me. Right now, buy any extra value meal and you can add a 6-piece Big Nuggets for just 99 cents. That's worth making some noise about.
You think about the conditions people have to drive in. How they're not always perfect. Then you build the 2005 Volvo with electronically controlled all-wheel drive. For confidence on any road. Eagles, Falcons, Sunday at 1 on Fox 29.
He loves her. She loves him. But
My ex is in town.
there's one little problem.
Who is he? He's a she. What?
It's a battle between the sexes and the exes.
Spent all last year trying to drag me down with you, and now her?
Could wind up in tragedy. The all-see, all-new 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Welcome back to St. Louis. The contestants keep coming, but the confidence is not being backed up by talent. Will it be in 16-year-old Asia Jackson?
I want to be the next American Idol because I feel that I have the power to touch the world in a soulful way.
I'ma give it my own till I fall, ain't breaking the law. And my music is alive when I die for the cause. You can already see that the haters lost. Gotta pay to be the boss now. Now I'm spitting on my thoughts now. It's a new generation. Why we gotta live in the days of the hatred? I don't know about you, but I've been patient. We've been slaves in a vacant place, or because of color of a melanin face.
Hello.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there, I'll be there.
You sound like, you know when you put helium from a balloon and you swallow it? That's honestly what you sound like.
That's a chipmunk almost.
Yeah, but I mean, it's extraordinary.
Thank you.
She's unique. Different. I like her.
Definitely unique. I mean, you got talent. I mean, you're definitely a great entertainer and all that. I actually loved what you walked in here doing more than I love that.
See, that's my originality.
Randy, yes or no?
Oh. Yes.
I'm going to say 100% categorically no. Paula.
And I'm going to say 100% categorically yes, and I hope you make it all the way to the top 12.
Thank you.
We will argue amongst ourselves.
see you
You
in
are going to
Hollywood.
Hollywood. You're very lucky.
Welcome to
Thank
Hollywood.
you.
Yeah, come on now.
Thank you.
This is AC Baby. Simon wasn't. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it on camera. But Randy and Paula knew that I had something unique about myself. And I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to Hollywood. No further comment.
But her mom had some, and obviously modesty runs in the family.
Well, she's going straight to the top. And I guarantee you she's gonna make it to be the next American Idol and sell more records than any other American Idol that you've had in the history worldwide. Believe that.
As well as is that kind of cocky confidence, you need to be able to stand out in the crowd to make it in this business. The contestants this season certainly knew how to play the game. If you didn't have the necessary talent, make sure you have the necessary stick. But when you're as comfortable with your talent as Maurice Thomas, you don't need a gimmick.
My friends say I sound like Brian McKnight when I sing. Maurice Thomas, what's up, man? What's up, Doc? You ready, baby? I'm ready. What you gonna sing, man? I'm gonna sing Kevin Campbell's Can We Talk. Okay, cool.
Man, just like the lonely, you were too shy. But you weren't the only, 'cause so was I. Man, I dreamed of you ever since. Now I built up my confidence and left.
That was wow. Thank you. I thought it was Simon, what do you say, man?
Oh, amazing.
Paula? It's a no. Thanks for coming out. It's definitely no.
We're not going to change our mind.
Definitely no.
Yeah, still no.
Still no. Still no.
Hang on. What's the problem?
I know I can really sing real well. My family has told me I can sing. I really sound like Brian McKnight. My family has told me that I can sing like Brian McKnight.
Well, do you know any Brian McKnight songs?
First time I looked into your eyes, not for heaven, oh, heaven in your eyes. And everything I did before this wasn't worth my while. It should have been you all the time.
Okay, nothing like Brian McKnight. We'll say goodbye, thank you.
Still no.
Coming up, singing coach Angel's through, but will the St. Louis swagger get her pupil to Hollywood?
I'm going to sing Ain't Too Proud to Do.
Is your hair dry and rebellious? Does it turn to frizz at the first sign of moisture? New Garnier Fruit Tea Sleek and Shine. The first smoothing system with fruit micro oils from Garnier. It nourishes rebellious hair. No more frizz. Hair is 5 times stronger and 5 times smoother. Sleeker, shinier hair, even when there's moisture in the air. New Garnier Fruit Tea Sleek and Shine. Garnier.
I'll have the green salad. And for my entree, I'll have the Key West Cooper and the pizza.
What am I, a pink? Oh, I'll have the sink.
Hurry in for our special 3-course menu. Build a complete meal for just $12.99. Everyone could use more Fridays.
I'm not going on stage wearing glasses. I knew I had to do something. My friend got asked to do dance contacts. These aren't like any other contacts. They have hydro clear. It's so moist. I feel awesome.
For a free trial pair certificate, visit tryactively.com.
Wow. How'd this happen?
I told them if they shuffled, I let them use their new phones to talk to their friends as much as they want.
They can do that anyway. We've got the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan with Aaron.
Yeah, well, they don't know that.
Looks cold.
It's freezing. I ain't going out there.
Sign up for Verizon Wireless's new Family Share Plan and add up to 3 lines for $9.99 each, all with unlimited in-calling. Plus, get a Samsung A670 camera phone for just $49.99. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
The series premiere of Point Pleasant, next on Fox. Fox 29 News Tonight.
This was last night. Oh! But this silly idol wannabe tries again. Find out what made him choke up. Plus, how will the Lynx clean up the snow on game day? Find out the plan to keep the snow out of the stands. Plus, cookies and snacks get a makeover so you can stay on your diet. Tonight on the Fox 29, 10 o'clock news.
I can't believe he swallowed my cell phone.
Sounds like he's on hold.
Your wait time is 46 minutes.
It's peak hours.
Ooh, daytime I'm charging.
And you could be roaming.
Is your wireless company charging you a fortune?
I'm going in.
Come to T-Mobile and talk whenever nationwide.
Whenever. For a limited time only, get 1,000 whenever minutes and free nights and weekends. Just $45.99.
T-Mobile. Get more.
Great job on that presentation today. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
It's as driven as you are. The new redesigned Camry XLE. Now that's moving you forward.
Discover the secrets of the best Italian chefs. Introducing Barilla Restaurant Creation. 2 jars blend together for the true Italian restaurant experience at home. Barilla, the choice of Italy.
The terrorist group is moments away from executing the Secretary of Defense. Impossible odds.
Jack Bauer went in by himself.
Are the only ones who know not turning back. Fasten your seatbelt. Ground control is locking on target now.
And crank up the defibrillator.
We are attempting a rescue operation.
Go! Because the first 10 minutes are the most nail-biting you'll see all year. 24, the non-stop season continues at 9, 8 Central, Fox Monday.
Now we're checking in with the girl next door. Well, she would be the girl next door if somebody actually lived next to her. A long journey to the audition room for faraway farm girl, Carrie Underwood.
Life on the farm's pretty simple. Whenever my dad needs help in the mornings, I'll get up real early and help him go feed the cows or put out hay, or I've never gotten to experience a lot of things that a lot of other people have. I've never got to travel far at all. Never flown at all. I want to go to Hollywood really bad.
But as we've seen before, wanting it isn't always enough. Does Carrie have the talent to take her there?
Come on in. How you doing?
Good.
What do you sing?
I Can't Make You Love Me.
All right.
Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart beat something that it won't hear in the dark.
Okay, that was very good.
Yeah.
Very good, Carrie.
Good.
Very good. Yeah, great.
Who's your favorite singer? Who do you love?
Actually, Martina McBride.
Yeah, I could hear a little bit of that. Yeah, very good.
I was saying to someone the other day, I'm surprised that we haven't found a good country singer in this competition yet. I think you're very good. I think you should stay good at what you're doing as well. Randy?
I think you're excellent, too. I would work a little bit more on the emotion and the stage presence, just a little bit, because you got it vocally. I mean, you can do your thing. You worked it out.
Yes or no?
Definitely.
Paula?
Yes.
Carrie, you're through to the next round.
Welcome to Hollywood, girl.
Well done.
As Carrie celebrates with her mom, it's the moment of truth for Jeremy Wakefield. And he thinks his time has come.
Can you buy me a watch when you get to Hollywood? She's going to Hollywood. Angel's going to Hollywood, and I'm next. I'm going with her. I'm going with her, and we're going to have some fun in Hollywood. What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right. I wasn't nervous for myself, but I am definitely more nervous for him than I was for myself, because, like, I knew myself what I was thinking, and I don't know what he's thinking right now.
What you gonna sing, baby?
I'm going to sing Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
All right.
So are you ready?
Are we ready? Are you guys ready? Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. And if I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg.
Please don't leave me, girl. Y'all want me to sing something else?
Can you sing something else less effective?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
I can do that.
Go for it.
Long ago.
No. Less effective, not more. Thank you very much. Yes or no, Randy?
I mean, I like your potential, dude. I mean, I like your voice. I mean, you can sing, you know. It's just all so effective. Man, you're trying to do too much with it.
Randy, could I have a yes or no, please?
I'm going to say yes.
Paula?
I'm going to have to say no. So it lays on Simon.
It's a no. Sorry.
No way. No.
As Jerry puts on a brave face, Angel is inconsolable.
I didn't even come here for me. I came here for him. I was even going to audition.
It's not over for me. Everybody knows that. Everybody in this whole building knows that. It just wasn't God's will. And I'm going to be somebody, so y'all keep this footage, because I'm going to be on TV.
Well, we wish Jeremy all the best, but the competition continues. Coming up, which of these two make it to Hollywood? Find out after the break as we finally premiere When Adam Met Girl.
A combination you wouldn't expect. Now the strength of Secret Platinum is available with Olay conditioner, so you can have both. A combination you wouldn't expect. Now the strength of Secret Platinum is available with Olay conditioner, so you can have both. Secret Platinum with
It has all kinds of ways to carry your stuff. And you. This is the redesigned Ford Escape. The best-selling small SUV is 100% SUV. Ford, built for the road ahead. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sand and watches the ship that goes sail. On a carnival cruise, at any one moment, there are a million ways to have fun. Go Carnival, the fun ship.
Dry, rebellious hair? Stop here. Be Smooth Intense by L'Oreal with Nutrillium to help control frizz for up to 48 hours. Can your anti-frizz system measure up to this? Be Smooth Intense System by L'Oreal Paris, because you're worth it.
Applebee's 1, 2, 3-course combos are here. 3 courses and 3 great combos. Eating good in the neighborhood.
This was last night. Tonight, this Philly Idol gives it another shot. Plus,
Catch the Eagles forecast tonight on the Fox 29, 10 o'clock news.
Fox Monday. These moms traded lives, but when they return home, the drama explodes.
You live by mom's rules?
This is my
sending people through to Hollywood or home in tears, the American Idol auditions serve a more touching purpose. They bring people together. Family bonds are strengthened and friendships are forged. This is what happened when Adam met Dirk.
I just met, I just met Dirk on, I believe, Monday, and he's a really good guy, and I think he's going to make it, and I think it'd be really cool if I was at the finale with him. I am the next American Idol because I can appeal to America. I can appeal to the audience, and I'm a really good singer. I have really one of the coolest personalities you'll ever meet. If you ever find out about Adam, you'll always find out that, you know, Adam's a really cool person to be with.
Yeah, I have to agree with Adam. He is a totally cool guy. I met him on Monday, and, you know, I'm known as the comedian, and I like putting smiles on people's faces, and he's one of the people I like putting smiles on.
I think the judges will see an awesome performance by me. You know, I have the little voice going, a little hand movement, and maybe a little movement also with my legs.
My first say, Dirk, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Good luck. Don't get too nervous. Concentrate hard. And don't be the next William Hung. Joe Dogs, you ready? What's up?
Dirk, what's up, baby?
Not much. Hey, Paul.
How are ya?
Yes, fine. Hey, Simon. How
How
you
you doing, okay?
Yes, I am.
It says here that you're obsessed with Baywatch.
Yes, I am.
What are you obsessed about?
David Hasselhoff. He's a good singer, and I chose a song from the soundtrack.
Right. Okay, what are you going to sing?
Kind of Love by David Hasselhoff.
Okay.
Like a stupid toss out of the ocean, we get caught up swimming in the motion. Hearts are sailing, lovers on the right track. Got out so far that we can't get back. You got to reach out, take hold of my hand. You got to reach out till you're safe on the land. You gotta hold on, baby, never give up. You gotta reach out for when you're caught in the current of love.
Okay, man. Okay, yo, man.
I want to ask you a question and look me in the eyes. Was that a serious audition?
I put 100% in everything I do, Simon.
Nobody chooses that song seriously to sing on American Idol. Come on.
He actually sounded almost as good as David Hasselhoff.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
It's enough. Thank you.
See you later, man.
God almighty.
I tried. They said I can't do it soon. But, hey, that's okay. I'll be back next year. If you guys come back next year, I'll be back. I guarantee it.
Do your thing. Hold the stuff together. You crunk.
Adam Pratt, come on in, man.
Hey, guys, what's going down, dog?
What's up, baby? What's going down with you? Stand up here right on the tee, man. 20 years old from Hoffman Estate.
I just turned 21 Tuesday.
Oh,
and I
congrats.
have had the best 21st birthday ever.
Yeah.
I do the best Simon Cowell impression.
I'll do it.
That was absolutely the worst performance ever. There's nothing special about you at all.
Simon, what do you say, man?
Wonderful.
And Paula, you were my first musical memory of a female artist back when I was 6 years old with Opposites Attract, with was it the Bobcat or the Fox?
No,
It was a cat.
Cat. Whatever. So I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
It obviously had a lasting memory,
That was
Adam.
funny, dude. That was funny.
I'm here because if I run American Idol, America will watch.
On what grounds?
Because of my personality and my singing ability.
Right, well, you failed on one count. Let's try the second.
What are you going to sing?
This I Promise You by Richard Marx, but performed by NSYNC.
Okay, go for it.
When the visions around you brings tears to your eyes, and all that surrounds you are secrets and lies, I'll be your strength, I'll give you hope, keeping your faith when it's gone. The one you should call was standing here all alone.
Dog, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Simon, what do you think?
Tell me, Adam, just in case I'm losing the plot here, why would America watch if you're on American Idol?
Because of my singing ability,
Well, not based on that, no.
Seriously.
Come on.
Can I do another song?
No.
No.
So, should I finish the song, or?
No.
Okay.
So, that's all we can give you from St. Louis. Has the Show Me State of Missouri shown us the next American Idol? Only time will tell. Stay tuned to find out. Until we meet again, Seacrest, out. Join us next week when we break out the bees and party in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Sorry, New Orleans. But we won't apologize for our guest judge, Gene Simmons from KISS.
How are you?
When it gets freaky in the French Quarter. You can understand why some people turned up.
The feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay.
Others you couldn't understand at all.
Simon, you need to get quiet. You need to cut everything short and you turn your body and do that.
I agree.
See you next Tuesday, 8, 7 Central. Don't go anywhere. The premiere of the new Fox series, Point Pleasant, starts right now. Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.